Travel Radio International. Explorations into destinations around the world. Near Pendleton, Oregon, the Blue Mountain Wildlife Rehabilitation and Education Center sits perched on the top of a hill. Your audio journalist, Patricia Lawrence, is exploring the center with Lynn Tompkins, director of this not-for-profit organization.
I guess first stop we should stop and say hi to Ruby. Ruby is a red-tailed hawk, a female red-tail. She's been with us since 1993, and she was at least 2 years old when she was hit by a car, and we know that because she already had a red tail. It was July of that year, and so the first year they don't have a red tail. It's dark like the rest of their body, so she already had a red tail, so we knew she's at least 2 then, so she's at least 11, and she could be quite a bit older because they can live to be 15, 20 years old in the wild. Red-tailed hawks are a buteo, the broad-winged hawk, one of the soaring birds, and they're found here year-round, winter and summer. May not be the same birds year-round because they are migratory. It's hard to see the way she's standing now, but her left wing droops a bit. She can't fly very well. Since she's not releasable, we can use her as an education bird. So she goes around to classrooms primarily. Most of our programs are for kids, students, classrooms in the summertime, day camp, scouting groups.
What is the lesson that Ruby helps teach children?
Most of the wildlife that we get have had some encounter with man. Ruby was hit by a car. So we try to talk to the kids about living in harmony with wildlife, being able to live together. That's the main thing. The other thing is people say, oh, I want one of those. And, of course, Ruby cannot be kept as a pet because we have to have the appropriate Fish and Wildlife permits to keep her in captivity. They are protected. All migratory species are protected by the Migratory Treaty Act, and then in Oregon, all native species are protected. It's not legal to harm them intentionally either.
How long will Ruby live?
In the wild, she could easily live to be 15 or 20. In captivity, she doesn't have to work for a living. She is somewhat stressed by sometimes rowdy groups that kind of bother her. She could probably live a long time. One of our education birds, the first bird we ever got, is a kestrel, which is a small falcon, and in the wild their average lifespan is 1.5 years. And so like a 3 or 4 year old kestrel is a fairly old kestrel, and we've had this guy since 1990, so we've had him 12 years. You know, she could maybe live to be 25 or 30, I'm not really sure. She doesn't mind the weather, and even when it's like today, if it's been hot, she's been out here all the time. But in the wild, you see them out on the power line, up in a tree. They're just adapted to being out in the weather. And when it's really cold, I feed her more, so she has more calories to keep warm with.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?